Nah, I stopped.
Or you stopped?
I stopped. I was skating.
How did
I
you
was.
circle back to being down
It's cause
with
it's
the
cause
game?
it's cause boxing, bro. I think is one of the. It's a sport, especially when you live in a rough neighborhood. That's gonna get you through any because when you're living in a rough neighborhood, whatever it is, you always got people that are gonna try to pick on you. That are gonna try to like stuff like that. So boxing helped me a lot because I was able to defend myself. So I was always short, little, but I was always able to protect myself, and a lot of people like that about me. But at the same time, I know that a lot. I created a lot of enemies because I beat up so and so, whatever it was. So now their whole homies don't like me, this and that. So I kind of always knew I gotta be on game with So here and there, I would skate, I would do whatever it is. But any chance I had to go to a gym or something, I'd go and go. I always knew what to do when I trained, like, cause I boxed for like a solid 4 years when I was little, from eight to 12.
No, yeah, you already knew the
So
programs
yeah,
that you needed to go and do when you're in that gym.
exactly. So when I would go to the gym, whatever it was, I'll still shadow box too. But the way I was doing it was not to go pro or nothing like that. It was just more like.
Just
Cause
trying to be on point.
yeah, if we start tripping, I gotta defend myself because I made a couple enemies here, there, and I can't be slacking. So that's more or less why I was training. It wasn't to fight again. Like it was more like because I just understood like I got a couple people that they want to beat me up, so I gotta stay on point. But as far as training to like fight or anything like that, nah, I didn't really see it. It was more like I would just to stay fit, shape, and then I love boxing because how it makes you look, like you can look nice and cut up and stuff like that. So that was another thing that why I like doing it and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah, but I wasn't training like every day or nothing. Like I had stopped. I was skating, man, just enjoying like you could say like my childhood
Doing
type
your
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
Who were your inspirations when you were boxing when you were young? When you know what I'm saying, for you and your brothers?
It was crazy, bro, because so we'd watch a bunch of Mayweather. Um, yeah, my brother. I was more like now that I get older and I look back at it, bro. I realize that my inspiration was my brother because what my brother liked, he would put me on with, and that's what I
That's
liked.
what you liked.
You know,
Fire shit.
it was always based off of what my brother liked and shit. Like he liked something and he showed me like, hey, look at this for this and that, whatever it was. And then I watch it, I'm like, oh, that's hard, like. But my brother was the one that like always put me on game with everything. I was still little, so I wasn't looking into all that kind of stuff. My brother was, and whenever he sees something, he'd tell me, and I'll be like, oh, that's tight, this and that. Once like kind of not that we drifted apart, but my brother started doing his own thing. I started kind of doing my own thing. Boxing wise, I wouldn't even watch boxing no more. Like I stopped watching boxing. Like that's when I realized like that connection that we had. It was like I love boxing because it was a connection me and my brother had. But on my behalf, it wasn't something that like, oh yeah, like even though I'm not training no more, let's watch these boxing fights or let's like, nah. I was more like that. I'm cool off that right now. I'm trying to have some fun. I'm trying to kick it, this and that. So I really didn't, up until my brother went pro, that was like, oh, like, that's what made me want to go pro. That was my inspiration. Like, that's when I seen.
That's when you got back in the mix.
Yeah, because I seen everything he was doing. I just seen it all. And I'm like, man, this is something that I would love for myself. And I would just see how even just how he knew Floyd. Like, we went from one of his first idols was Floyd. That was the first, like that was a person Loki that we used to always watch. And the fact that I'm like, damn, we went from watching this dude to like saying like how he's so good and everything. My brother signed with him. He got his personal number. He would go to his daughter's parties, like bro, like a friend, bro. Like I'm like, that's hard. Like we went from watching this guy, little kids, to my brother. Whenever he wants, he could just call him up and, hey, what's up, Floyd? This and that. Like, oh yeah, I need some money, or I need this, whatever it is. All right, then in 30 minutes, check your bank account. Like, so that's what made me like, damn, that's how I want to be type shit. Like that's what inspired me to like, all right, I want to box. I want that kind of life.
That's fire.
Yeah. Other than that though, like I really wouldn't watch boxing where it was more my brother. I was influenced by him.
So then it's safe to say, just speaking on Floyd real quick, you've seen a different side of Floyd compared to what the media might portray him as.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Like
You're just a casual.